together. B-R-I-T, Brit, means covenant. Covenant or contract. Covenant or contract. And ish in Hebrew means man or men, is singular or plural. Therefore, they made contracts. The Vatican, the Roman Empire, or as it was called during the medieval period, the Holy Roman Empire, made contracts with England for two of them to rule the world, and they should rule the world, design the world order. Now they named England, they renamed them British, that is contract man, or man contract, or man contractor, let's put it like that, or contract man. That is the reason why, because England protested. They were able to rise up against the Roman teaching, against the Pope. They are the only people that had the balls to challenge the Roman dogma in the Bible. Are you getting me? That is why, you know, when you fight your enemy, fight and he met resistance for so on, instead of you killing yourself, so okay, let us join together in order to rule others. That is what they did. As a Yoruba that has no reason to join with the Fulani is doing in Nigeria. They join together, say, okay, let us diminish the Igbos. That is it. As our enemy. Now that was when they signed the contract, and Rome started calling England British, Brit, and Ish, contract men or contract man. That is what it means. That is why today, any village you see Catholic, there must be Anglican. The way they put the world, the way they structure the world, I'm telling you. Just watch anywhere, any village, any community, any place in our place. You see Catholic, there must be Anglican, not far away. It's agreement. Are you getting it? So that is not what I'm talking about today. That is just a digression. But we must continue. That is why I want to just reiterate a bit today about coordinated resistance. The need for coordinated resistance. Are you getting what I'm saying? The need for coordinated not resistance. There are two things. You might be having resistance, but once it is not coordinated, you are just, you don't have no sharp line or no sharp point. It's blunt. It's just like using blunt knife, blunt machete. Very blunt machete that have never been fired right from the time it was made. Is iron or yes? Is it strong? Yes. And you are using it to cut, try to cut a tree. It's not possible now. It will not break, yes. It's iron, yes. But it can never cut a tree because it's not sharp. The coordination means, in this case, being sharpened, the sharp point. That is the coordination. So, this is why what we are doing, it needs coordination, and that is why IPOB is here. In order, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started IPOB. He organized us together. That is the coordination. So that we will have a common front, a sharp point, so that once we face any tree, we bring it down. But without coordination, it's impossible. With no coordination, you can't do nothing. It's impossible. That is why Nigeria is trying to thwart anything we are doing. They have, Nigeria no longer come face to face to fight. They are using the Obasanjo formula, using Igbo, in order to fight Igbo, and it is working for them. Are you getting me? The massacres in many parts of Biafra land, mostly Igbo Biafra land, like in Arodizog, what they are trying to achieve, among others, I have said it, to compromise the mindset of our people and to turn our people against each other, so that we continue fighting each other. I had a voice message somebody sent to me about, is it youth leader in Arondizog, now talking on WhatsApp, calling on Arondizog youths to register and come out so that they fight, so that they face a gentle, the Yahoo, the autopilot criminal that is also using the name of Biafra. Do you see that? And in that voice, very worrisome, is saying that, gentle use, there are Abakaliki people that is among them that is using to kill their people. And he issued warning to Abakaliki people living in Arondizog to vacate. They are trying to, our people should be very careful not to play in the hands of our enemies. This is what they want to achieve. They are using all these criminals, their agents, in order to cause row between us. So that you now say, it is Imo, it is Imo people. You now turn against it is Ebony people, it is Anambra people. Please desist from this. Desist from that. Let us understand the problem. Let us understand how all this dirty politics works. When you tell maybe people from Abakaliki vacating your community, there are people from Alondizog, they are living every other place, including Abakaliki. There will be reprisal. Do you see how they create communal clashes everywhere? That is what they do. And that is, do not allow them, our enemies, to achieve what they want. That is, when you are grounded in politics, that is maturity. Do not allow, it doesn't matter, okay, the criminals, many of them came from one particular area. Now you tag every person from that area as criminals. They must leave your place. Which means, when you also hear Ghana protesting that Nigerians must go, as they put it, which is projected or provoked by the Yoruba targeted against Igbo. But when they are targeting all this, they don't know that it will ricochet on everybody. But because of, they will, now, when you are saying, it is this particular people from this state that is doing this thing, now all of them, you tag all of them as criminals, or you people go from our land. Which means, people that are saying Nigerians must go, in their country, they are right. Because when they see some criminals from maybe from Nigeria or Igbos, maybe 2 or 3, which means thousands of people, now everybody is a criminal. So please, let our people understand the antics of the enemy. Nigerian government have succeeded in dividing Nigerians, the population, That is why there is nothing we get no better in Nigeria. Nigerian government, the Nigerian political elites, they have completely succeeded in dividing the population, turn the population against each other. That is divide and rule. That is what we are hearing it every day. Divide and conquer, divide and rule. But it is a very mighty, potent weapon that is still being used everywhere. Divide the population. Let the population be divided ethnically or through religion. But the politicians that are dividing the population, they are all comrades in criminality, in all the. Why don't you ask? In the House of Assembly, also the Senate, all of them receive 30 million naira every month. They don't say, no, this one is a Christian, we are not going to give you. Take because you're a Christian. No, take 5 million. Or because you're a Muslim, take 2 million. No, all of them are receiving equal thing, equal. They don't say, oh, you are an Igbo man in the Senate, you're supposed not to receive 30 million naira a month. Having laughing allowance, girlfriend allowance, all of them receive equal payments. Nigerians, why? Hey, Nigerians die. All those divisions is in the population, in the public. Oh no, you're Hausa. No. Don't is Arni. Why don't you ask yourself? Okay, but Arni is receiving the same salary with you that is a Fidel or you a Muslim in the Senate. In the House of Assembly, the same thing. They are comrades in corruption, in criminality, in political thuggery. They receive the same thing. The same thing. They do contracts the same amount of money. They are not divided. But the population is, they divided the population so that there will be no coordinated resistance against them. When Nigerians tried in order to rise up in a spontaneous manner in 2020, in the failed 2020 NSAS revolution, the politicians brought them down. The same thing. They used division. The same thing. They ignited, they wind up, they ignited the division. That, oh, you people, Igbo people are, it is Igbo people doing this, so Yoruba, you mumu. Well, all those little talks are divisiveness, scatter everything. And who gains? Who is on top? The politicians that we are running away, that the population wanted to take back what belongs to them. All of them jumped back and came back. All of them. Both the Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, all. They came back and we are laughing. Ask yourself, why is it that in the Senate House, the House of Senate, in the red chamber and the green chamber, House of Assembly, Federal House of Assembly, why is it that all of them are receiving equal payments, the same remuneration? They don't divide. There is no division there among receiving of their salary, unmerited salary. They are looting. They are not divided in looting. When you check the former governors that have been indicted by EFCC, no conviction yet, never. All of them, some are Hausa, some are Igbo, some are Yoruba, some are different. Some are Muslims, some are Christians, but all of them are looters. Don't you see now that they cheat you, the population, and you accept it? They divide you. They made sure that the whole population is divided so that you can never be coordinated. That is why, as I said, I am talking a bit on the need for coordinated resistance. the need for coordinated resistance. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gathered us, that is the coordination, so that each individual anger, because all of us have been asking questions, most of us knew that there is a problem, but we didn't know how to go about it. Are you understanding me? That is why he started IPOB as one family, a worldwide movement, so that we shall channel our resistance towards one direction. Are you getting it? But lo and behold, the Nigerian government, they understand, because they have provoked IPOB many times into open warfare, which will be catastrophic. But IPOB use brain. Now they become tired. Now what they are doing is they are using the Obasanjo formula. Use Igbo in order to kill Igbo. Use Igbo to fight Igbo. That is the formula. And that is what is happening. So that they will break the coordinated resistance. But we're there here now. I want to play to you, because yesterday I played it. I didn't come on air, but I played something, an interview with one of our eternal leaders, close aide, General Ojukwu, by, his name is Kanayo Esinulo, by this journalist, Edmond Obilo. The man wrote a book. Now, listen, there is something I want to bring out, please. Just listen before I continue, because I am talking about coordinated resistance. Listen.
In 1970, when Ojukwu left the country.
Yes, I can.
What was it like?
Rowdy. A little rowdy. Rowdy in the sense that we did not expect the collapse of 12-Div. Don't forget, that things were beginning to look up for Biafra. The arms were beginning to come.
The arms were beginning to come. The arms. Why am I? The arms were beginning to come. This is a first-hand information. Even Mazi Peters, I've said this several times, both on radio and even on private conversation with him as a veteran. He said, even before the end of the war, as a commissioned officer, they were issued with brand new arms and ammunitions. So arms were coming in. Are you getting what I'm saying? Arms were starting to come in, flow in. That was when the enemy, Britain, because they have intelligence, they have to fight. Remember, if you listen to this man, it's a first-hand information. If you listen to him, he said that there were at least 3 West African countries or 3 African countries that were lining up. They say once you cross the 15th of January 1970, that will recognize you. Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Senegal. They will recognize you openly. Continue. Cross 15th and we will recognize you. So Britain knew this. Britain got this intelligence because they know that after the recognition of these 3 countries, others will follow immediately. And they now will call for negotiation with Nigeria. Britain, they use money. The thing was so near but so far. So near but so far. They use money. Obasanjo used money, another strategy. He said, no, we will not allow this. No. When these people, we are not going to beat them under the barrels of guns. So we use money. Scatter their rank and files. They will sideline one commander, corner him and talk to him. Tell him, promise him how, leave this thing you are doing. After in Nigeria, you will be this and that. Or see another thing. That is why when you look at some of our people, you start vomiting their actions. When you look at someone, when you say no, our politicians, I don't totally agree that it's our politicians. Because it's out of our people that these people you call politicians rise up. They didn't fall from heaven. They are part of our people. Many of them were ordinary people even before they now enter the politics. Many of them. But after they start acting in absurd way because of political positions. So this man, Kana Yeshinolo, was saying it. That arms we are starting to come. But what happened? He didn't know. Just continue listening. I'm heading somewhere.
Me. So the collapse of 12D was sudden, and
12th division collapsed. It was very sudden. People couldn't understand what happened. The power of Obasanjo's system. Because when this man Adekule was removed, Obasanjo replaced him. And he saw, remember Obasanjo speaks Igbo fluently. Obasanjo, you are seeing, he speaks Igbo fluently. And according to rumors, I don't know whether it is, but when you look at that rumor, the person they say his father is a photocopy. Family, Igbo father. Are you hearing me? Igbo father, but maybe abandoned at early stage. That is why, Kamgwakwai, or Kwehe Aneme, po Ibo Neno, a Tawamadi may was on you, boy, happy disappear. You don't know that child may grow up now from another tribe or another country. Guaya something that Nage Wonye Diotonye Nigeria Igbo. May not happen. That child will grow up. Our ethnicity ash no was up. Any position or no. He will try. He will try to make sure that he don't pity that person. He's very dangerous. Maybe Obasanjo is one of them. Are you getting what I'm saying? Obasanjo speaks fluent Igbo. So when he was brought, he started conniving and cornering, saying this thing is not what a gun will stop. Because these people, you cannot stop them with gun. Let us use soft power. Ego, Kudi, Owo. Let us, when he cornered and set out his cells everywhere, his secret intelligence cells, now he got result. He went back to Gowon. He said, Gowon, release money to me, leave. This war is going to finish within small time. Just release money. Do as I say. That's why I tell you people that you see Obasanjo is more dangerous than Gowon. Are you getting me? He even bragged it. He said, I use Igbo to fight Igbo. This is what they are trying to, this is what they are replicating. Now, continue listening.
And unexpected. So, when the news came that 12D area had totally collapsed, cutting off S Brigade that was around Azumini. So there was problem.
So at this point, there was no hope for Biafra.
We had been decimated. Those who were the 3rd Marine Commando heading to Owerri. So we're heading to Olaku. around today's Imo airport. Some were heading to Aba, and Maduebe couldn't really put it together. Was the chief of army staff, so Emeka was advised to leave, and he left from Ogwa.
Who advised him to leave?
Salui.
Mbanefo?
And Co. Yes. Philip.
Did he resist?
No, I don't think he resisted. I wasn't too old or matured to know what was happening inside that hall, but I know he agreed to leave.
Philip was among those that convinced him to leave?
Yes. And Philip was to take the mantle of leadership and did the formal.
So immediately Ojukwu left, that was the end of the war?
More or less, yes. There was no more resistance. War is about resistance.
War is about resistance. Continue moving. Continue listening.
There was no more resistance. Pamphlet, so there was no more resistance.
So he left knowing that Philip Effiong was going to hand the instrument of surrender to Nigeria.
That was obvious. That was obvious because the resistance had been broken. There was no more coordinated resistance.
There was no more coordinated resistance. That is what I want to bring out. The resistance have been broken. No more coordinated resistance. And also, even our leader, the leader, have to run. Because why Ojukwu was still there, powerful, was because of the coordinated resistance of Biafrans. I want people to understand this, please. This is what Nigerian government is trying to do in this IPOB, to break our resistance, to make sure that there is no more coordinated resistance. Some this side will be talking rubbish in Facebook, others will be attacking. Now we'll be attacking ourselves. Now, what will be the repercussion? The repercussion will be on our leader. Now look at what people, people you left outside, no person, they are fighting themselves. So you have to make a deal and save yourself and come out, because there is no more coordination. That is the tactics. I want people to understand this, please. When I tell you that in IPOB we have analysts, in IPOB we analyze issues where whenever Nigerian government is trying to do something, we know where they are heading to. That is why they are sponsoring different versions of people and the commands and the instructions and propaganda, to say all this and that, in order to thwart the leadership, so that there will be no more coordinated resistance. Once the coordinated resistance collapses, individually you can't do nothing. You are just making noise, anarchy on your own and also. And what will happen? The leader will now, as is in their hand, they will now tell him that, look, you have no backbone any longer. So no person, nobody, they are busy fighting themselves. Look at, they have collapsed. Why Ojukwu left was because there was no longer no coordinated resistance. He didn't say no resistance. Coordinated resistance is very, very important. Which means, people gathering together with under one command. The chief of staff that time, Madiebo, will give command. Okay, this 12th division move like this. This other people move like it is coordination, so that there will be nothing like anarchy. Now things will be going normal. But once that coordinated resistance is broken, everybody have gone, yes, but it becomes anarchy. Are you getting what I'm saying? That is what Nigerian government is trying hard. That is why we always tell you that, look, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being there, being delayed, he has no case to answer there. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is political, purely political. He has no case to answer in the Nigerian court. But they are keeping him in order to make sure that IPOB is disorganized, that they pitch one against other, that the thing, they sponsor criminality, they sponsor auto criminals that are going around killing our people, so that communities will now be fighting against other communities. This side will be talking against this side. This person will be against this person. And now they will laugh and go and meet Onion to say, you have no more backbone, okay? So you have to come out if you want under our condition. Otherwise you stay here and no person cares for you. No voice, no coordination. That is why coordination is very, very important. It doesn't matter how, how sentimental or how you think that you love Biafra. Coordination is highly important. This divide and rule, bringing up parallel leadership, it has been there right from beginning. Even the Hamas you are seeing today, as report has it, was created by the Israeli. You know that, by Netanyahu. You know that. Are you getting? Let me play it. It was for a purpose. They sponsored Hamas, more radical water, and the people enjoyed it, thinking that, genuinely, because they believe that the PLO is too slow, it's not moving as they want, it's too slow, loving their enemy, going diplomacy, this and that. They say, no, we want water, and they sponsored parallel power, so that they will pitch Gaza against West Bank. They will pitch Hamas against PLO. Are you getting? Let me play it. I put it on my timeline. Listen.
Us to try. So are you saying Benjamin Netanyahu deliberately boosted Hamas to try to prevent a Palestinian state?
Yeah, sure. He deliberately and systematically even told on record, whoever wants to avoid the threat of a two-state solution has to support my policy of paying protection money to the Hamas.
So what we did, with the permission of our Prime Minister, is to let...
This is the leader of Shin Bet, or the former leader of Shin Bet. That is their secret service. Are you getting me? Speaking.
Qatar to transfer a huge amount of money in cash, probably more than $1.4 billion. By doing it, we increase the power of Hamas. We did everything in order to make sure that Hamas will go on controlling Gaza, and Palestinian Authority will control the West Bank, so they will fight each other if at the beat.
Do you see? I want us to learn. Why I'm playing this is not I'm supporting this or no. Whatever that is happening other places, Biafrans, we should learn. Do you see how they do? That is what Nigerian government is trying to achieve. To raise this guy, former governor of Bonny State, he said it, that they will raise a parallel IPOB, that now we keep IPOB busy fighting IPOB, and it's what is happening. Our people, I don't know why do we forget. I don't know. Is it fluoride that makes us we forget when the thing is coming? Something will be. Our people, I don't know why do we forget. I don't know. Is it fluoride that makes us we forget? When the thing is coming, something will be, because if it is Igbo thing, Ado Shagonian, when his Kabbalism, everybody, this one will come and carry his own people. Now, how many are there? That is primitive character. It's primitivity when you lack coordination. So, what am I saying? This man said they broke the resistance of Biafra, and there is no more coordinated resistance. So the enemy had a free hand walking around. They can meet pockets of individual resistance, and they will just mob them out, kill them, because there is no coordination. There was no longer no coordination. And what will the leader do? The leader have to leave, because he's no more safe. His safety lies on the bunch. Are you comparing it to our leader? The safety lies in the bunch. So that when we make a statement or down, that's in the IPOB could like this. That is it. That is what they want to break. That is what our enemies, the Nigerian government, want to break. But they hit the tipper filled with sand. Tipper buaja. It can never happen. It doesn't matter how they do. It can never happen. Because this generation, the type of people in this generation in IPOB, my goodness me. So let me go. You know, as I was saying, the Fulani terrorists, they are on the rampage because there is no organized resistance from the people. US, let me read this news headline. UK decries killing of 33 kidnapped victims in Zamfara. This is today's news headline. But they are the people. UK is the country that molded, structured Nigeria. Are you seeing it? UK is the country that molded, that that created Nigeria in this way. I want you to listen again. Let me just listen. Let me play this. How the restructuring of Nigeria and the Fulani domination. This is a Yoruba man. Just listen.
When we talk about how far Nigeria has progressed, I think it would also be fair to talk about how far we could not progress because of the manner in which we came together. We set out in a very competitive move.
Because of the manner we came together. Are you getting it? I understand what this man is trying to explain. He said we came on a competitive structure, which is not, it's not good for a country of this nature, of this multi-ethnic or multi-ethnicity. It's not good. Competitive nature. There must be a domineering or dominating ethnic or dominating people. That is it. That is why America progressed. Do you know the reason? Because they destroyed, they annihilated almost the indigenous people. More than almost 100 million indigenous people in the Americas. They annihilated them. In the US, tens of millions. They annihilated them to allow them carry out their agenda. I don't know whether people are not praising genocide. No. Had it been, America didn't do that, and they came in a man. They said, "Live, let us live, live and let's live," and they left the indigenous people. The development they achieved today it couldn't have been like this. I am telling you. Because it might not be the type of development the indigenous people want. Are you getting me? So, a country of this multilateralism or multi-ethnicity, there must be a dominating tribe on top. If that dominating tribe is zero, the country will be zero. If that dominating tribe is fire, the country will be fire. That is it. But in the case of Nigeria, they came with federalism. Yes, everybody is a country, but everybody, we're in one country, but everybody do your own thing. And that is not what Britain wanted. And let me tell you something, let me shock you. Some people might be saying, no, it would have worked. It will never. I don't know whether my voice is still coming out, please. Because this thing just got frozen a second of 2 seconds. Let me see, please. Let me see whether my voice is coming out or not. Let me see. Please confirm to me that you are hearing my voice 50-50. Can you hear me? Yes, my voice is coming out. Yes, I could hear it. I could confirm. So, what am I trying to say? Some people might say, oh no, had it been Nigeria is like that in one country, but through federalism, the north, this, the south, southeast, southwest, it wouldn't last long. If they see, let me tell you something. Water maintains its level. People that understand what I mean understand. Nigeria was even structured or continued in the true federalism, even as a country, and they see southeast doing great, going agog with development, southwest also doing great, trying to catch up with southeast or Biafran land. The north, there will be problem. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I see it that my voice is coming out. Yes, there will be problem. The north will have jealousy. They will stir up problem one way or the other and say no. Either because we are still in the same country. They will bring down their people in order to invade our places, so that they will bring us down in one way or the other. Beggars will fool everywhere. There is no way you can succeed in the presence of, as an individual, you're a billionaire, and all your people surrounding you are poor people, are miserable people, and you have peace. It's impossible now. So, for people that are still saying, no, Nigeria can do okay, Nigeria can be great if had it been that we continue the true federalism, it cannot work. It cannot go long. During the time of Michael Okpara, when the Biafran land is then southeastern region of Nigeria was growing per annum 40%. Do you think that it can go? It can continue like that? Where the north, they will say they have poor people. Where there is no border, they will invade our land. If you stop trying to stop them, say no, you people should arrange. They bring war. They say no, we are in one country. It will bring war. It will bring conflicts. Because they must be sending, that's why water. There is no way you can pour water on top of a hill. I say it should not come down. Because it maintains its level. It is trying to look for its level. That is why he maintains his natural roots. He must come down here, water, pour water on top. He must come down here. That is natural. So when you have a country where you have, for example, Nigeria through federalism, and one side is moving very fast at jet speed on development, factories everywhere, infrastructural development everywhere, literacy everywhere, people are literate, things are moving well, and the other side is trying to catch up. The Southwest, they are also trying to catch up. Now the North, that is very poor, they don't know what to do. What they know is almajirism. What will they do? As in one country, they will push their population and say naturally they will be coming to enter to look for greener pasture in Southeast, and it will bring conflicts. Because a time will come, the South will say, no, we cannot continue accommodating these people. You come, you take everything on our land. But they will be telling you, but we are in one country, so they don't need any passport to come in. Do you see the danger? That is why it cannot work. Nigeria can never work. Any way it cannot work, because they are different people. The only thing is that if Biafra have their nation, their country, they can now control their border. Are you getting what I'm saying? They can now control their border. You see that? You see in South Africa, that now because of the development orchestrated by whites there. Don't you see how you call it xenophobia? Call it anything. Imagine that there is no border. That South Africa is the same country with Zimbabwe, but they have true federalism. What do you think? It's conflict now, because this side will be moving the other side, and the other people will say, but we don't need you people again. Yeah, because they will say we are in the same country. But why things are being controlled even to this extent is because South Africa have their own border. They have their own sovereignty, so they can decide who enters. It doesn't matter whether you are their neighbor or anything. So they decide, they can arrange and say, okay, restrict immigration. Do you see that? But in a federated unit, as long as you are in the same country, you cannot control it's not even immigration, it's internal migration, or internal, just like you are going to Kaduna. No person can stop you. Do you see it now? So the only solution is balkanization, outright. Because Nigeria was misstructured. That is what this man is trying to say. Listen, continue listening.
Good. The basis for cooperation was there, progressed. I think it would also be fair when we talk about how far Nigeria has progressed. I think it would also be fair to talk about how far we could not progress because of the manner in which we came together. We set out in a very competitive mode. The basis for cooperation was there, but it was not properly applied. No political party could win a majority.
No political party could win a majority. Do you see the problem? So that there must be a coalition, and the coalition happens good where in a country with a common value system. I don't know how to explain this sometimes, or they come which language, I don't know how to bring it out. A country must have coalition, a successful coalition, as a country with a common value system. Don't you see? Even a country with common value, look at their coalition. They have common. Look at Israel. Sometimes you have the ultra-Zionists. Sometimes you have the extreme left, extreme right. They fight each other, but in essence, in reality, they have common value. chocolates of a country without there are no single common. We have divergent value system. How can you form coalition between P2B and Rufai? How? That is, let us face the reality. Let us say the truth. How do you think? They don't have the same value. They are not from the same tribe. They are not from the same religion. They don't see the development the same way. Are you getting what I'm saying? So how do you think a country like, let us even come back, because when people say no, let us restructure. You restructure, and when one side is doing more better than others, there will still be confusion, there will still be jealousy. It will still enter into conflict, because it will draw people from everywhere, and there's nothing you can do because we are still the same country. Are you getting it? Continue listening.
So every decision taken in Nigeria, every arrangement made had to be based on a coalition.
A coalition that the people see things different or differently. A coalition that they cannot define development together. The Northerners can define development as people that pray too much. You pray to Allah 5 times a day, and you're able to go to Mecca. Are you seeing it? And Easterner will say no. We need to build space rockets that we send people to space. They say no, Allah never come. No. They will sabotage it. Do you see? They say no, that thing is not for you. It's for white people to build. Please leave that one first. Our priority is how to pray to Allah and go to Mecca. Budget much money on going to Mecca, and we pray, and you give a zakat. That is, you give a one Alhaji will steal the whole industrial corruption, industrial stealing, and he will be giving money to Almajiris every morning. He will be feeding them. An Igbo man, a Yoruba man said, no, this is not development. This is not good. Let us teach these people how to fish instead of giving them fish. Oh, Fulani man said, no. If you teach them, how can we control them? No. Do you see what is divergent values? Do you see? I'm just giving you example. He said, no, this is our system. Is it not good for them to be in different country and we be in different country? Are you getting what I'm saying? If you say restructuring, how can you restructure? If you restructure and do through federalism, are you going to? If they see that you are advancing, you use your hand, start building your region. For example, Eastern region, we use our hand, contributing more tax and everything, be building railway that we didn't have, that have been systematically destroyed. We build railway to standard, international standard. After working for 20 years, building our place, it will now attract jealousy. People that they didn't care, what matters to them is they pray 5 times a day, get food from Alhaji and Bakwumi. They thank Allah for that. But after now, they start seeing that this side is progressing. What will they do? They will start rushing to our side. Say, yeah, these people are rich. They will start rushing for our side. If you now start controlling them, that look, we don't need nuisance. If you have a profession, now you come, we employ. They don't have profession. You tell them, no, we cannot allow you people to be invading now. There is a problem. They tell you that we are in the same country. Do you see that? We are in the same country, and that will be the source of conflict. We will still come back to status quo. The same thing. Do you see that? So the best thing is do what we are clamoring for. Balkanize Nigeria, because Nigeria is never one. It's bringing different divergent values together is evil. That is what Britain did. Forget about what they are doing, playing lip service. UK, the Christ killing of 33 kidnapped victims in Zamfara. Now, let me ask, where is Obio Ezekwesili? Where I bring back our girls? Why is it that since Buhari time, kidnappings that are more deadly than Chibok girls kidnapping has been happening, but you don't see them protesting, you don't see them talking, you don't see them going to United Nations and giving American president photo of Zamfara girls? What of Benue victims? No, they don't do it. Because you know what? Our people are very good in fighting their own. Even religious leaders fought good luck, Jonathan. I said Christian religious clergy. They fought, don't you see Adoboy? They led the protest. Where are those people since 2015 to today? Can't you ask yourself all this question? I had somebody. He's a religious pastor. I think he's a Yoruba man. He's whether he's this Sabbath, Yoruba Sabbath, this in his podium in the church. He's saying that Obi can never be a good president. He's a Christian. Obi is a Christian. For you to understand what we say, he supports his brother. It doesn't matter, he's a Muslim. Do you see that? You are serving Nigeria. You continue serving Nigeria. Zogo struck in order to save Nigeria, to bring Awolowo to power. Always what is inside your head. You think that it is easy. You think that we think that it is running a country just like the same way you run your business. You grow your business and it becomes a small business to enter big business, big enterprise. And now you just like Peter Obi. Oh, I am a self-made man. Yes. And you become a billionaire. Yes. But you think running a country is like that? All these things is very little mind of some Igbo people. Many of us with a very little mind. You don't know that what of good luck Jonathan that tried to satisfy the North? He spent billions of naira, if not billions of dollars, building schools. They acknowledge you, say continue. Leave this man, make it. They praise you, continue. When you build finish, they carry shit and rob you, say we don't need water. You have built it already. Do you see how wise they are? They don't challenge you to stop at the first time. They want you, they will praise you, you continue building, say, oh no, you are trying. Once you finish, they know that you can no longer carry it. It's there. They rob you. We don't need your school, but it's there already in their land. Do you see it? They are my here. They are my here. There is nothing, you can never satisfy them. Now, Obi will not think of saying that even if running a nation, even if you are doing something good, you still have people that are paid that don't want good thing. They will come to connive to bring you down with powerful countries to support. No, you don't calculate this. You don't calculate the interest of British Petroleum, Total, on all these things that they are against Nigerian development. You cannot bypass them. These companies are richer than Nigeria as a country. He don't calculate it. He think that is how he built his company from scratch. Because you employ people you want. Any person you see that is not doing good job, you sack him. Running a country is not like that. Don't you see? Don't you see how they use even Christian clergy, Igbo clergy, Ejo clergy, Ejo people, use Igbo people, use middle Yoruba people to bring good luck Jonathan down. to the extent Mbaka called good luck or bad luck, that Buhari is the savior. I will be very happy to see a journalist interview Mbaka and confront him with that question. What do you think our savior Buhari did? Do you see how they sell savior to you? That's how they sell Jesus to you, to us now. Do you see? Do you know? If not for social media, oh God, let us clap for social media. I am happy. Some time ago, one of us, I think it's Mazi Jonathan, he said something. He said, notwithstanding the algorithmic punches of social media platform like Facebook, that if Biafra come, we are going to give them award. And I'm happy with that statement, because they promoted, they helped us to spread our message. If not for social media, I am telling you, if we depend on mainstream media, we go nowhere. Mainstream media, they will use media to turn you to hate your savior, and to make you kill your savior, and to make you love your killer. That is it. Do you remember Idi Amin? Do you remember Idi Amin? They demonized Idi Amin to the extent that as a child, if I hear Idi Amin, I equate him to Satan. And many of us, not knowing that Idi Amin was trying to do what Ibrahim Traore is doing now in Burkina Faso. The Western media, they demonized him. Hollywood do film against him, using him as he's eating human beings. Oh God. Oh, these people. That's why I'm legged their religion. I'm saying, go on a distance. Hey! You know, when you remember how distant you vex, there is a type of annoyance that will come into me saying, how were these people able to colonize us mentally, and we start behaving like this, promoting their evil? Let me tell you, if not for social media, Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso will be likened to, he will be treated worse than Idi Amin, and everybody will hate him. I am telling you, this is how they behave. That's why, do you see, somebody said, if not the best president or head of state of Nigeria was Abacha, and I believe it, I accept it. Once you see Western media demonize somebody, a politician, a leader, a president, a prime minister of African country, know that he is serving his people. Are you getting what I'm saying? If not for social media, do you see Ibrahim Traore that has become the symbol of resistance in the whole of Africa? The man is being loved. If not for social media, had it been news was or is still restricted to mainstream, no social media, people will be casting stone on it, Ibrahim Traore, because the way BBC will demonize him, that he telling France to go, they will do Hollywood film that he is eating people raw. I am telling you, that is the way they demonize a good man that was fighting for his people. Idi Amin. They acted film against him, and everybody hated him, that he is a demon, not knowing that it's lie. He is just acting against the interest of the West to save his people, and they demonize him. Today we are lucky. Ibrahim Traore is lucky, because there is social media that is countering. People don't even, most people don't even listen to BBC and jargon, all these jargons, or CNN. People don't even take their news again. You go to social media, you see what is happening, you see reality, people coming. It doesn't matter there are fake news, yes, but you filter news, you see the reality of what is going on. That is the savior we have in this generation. Otherwise, mainstream media, West, then do you don't have propaganda now? Nothing. The West, they are experts in propaganda because they sponsor it. They sponsor propaganda. Don't you see? BBC, they will pay your people speaking your language in order to give you fake news for you to hate your savior. They will pay few people, very cheap. You know, some of our people are many of our people, not some, are very cheap, very, very cheap. They are ready to do anything for money. That is how sad it is. So let me continue playing. I want you to continue listening, please. I'm not going to take much time.
And the coalition we set out with was very interesting. The North was the hegemonic group. It had a virtual veto over the two southern states.
The virtual veto. Virtual is not real. It's something that is artificial. Artificial veto. Because Britain gave them the eternal supremacy. How do I mean? Britain gave them eternal majority. Yes, that's the word. Britain gave them eternal majority. Britain, I have played Harold Smith's interview. You had it. Britain doctored everything about Nigeria. They made the North to be a majority artificially. That is what this man is saying. Virtual majority or virtual supremacy, which is not real, is assisted. Are you seeing me? Are you getting me? They made them to be. They gave them 53, minimum 53 seats in the National Assembly, minimum. So there is nothing you can do. North must be there as the majority. Are you getting it? It was doctored. That is what this man is trying to say. Continue listening.
A veto in the sense that in terms of size, it was virtually 3 times bigger than the two.
Virtual. Listen, continue. That word virtual, it describes it. It's a description. It's not real. It's assisted. It's something that is artificial.
Southern regions. And therefore, it meant whoever was going to run Nigeria was going to be linking the North and one of the two southern regions. From the very beginning, the restructuring of Nigeria was meant to keep us in a certain state.
Of course, the state you are seeing today. This man said it. The restructuring of Nigeria by Britain, the result is what you are seeing today. It is something that has been concocted many years back. They know that it will come. This is the result they want, so that there will be eternal conflict. And when there is conflict, who gains? Foreigners. They continue looting. They continue looting. Continue listening.
Each time we have tried to make that change, to change that structure, something was done that disrupted the process. Whenever we try to change things, if Britain did not intervene, the military intervened. And the kind of intervention they have made ensured that the power structure that was put in place is never changed. We still have a veto holder in the Nigerian political system, and that veto holder managed to have enough soldiers to keep a propaganda of arms in place that made it impossible for any changes to take place. Even if you had a conference today, there is bound to be a veto holder input that will change it. How to change it has been the central issue of Nigeria. How do you restructure in the face of a veto holder who would always intervene to make sure that you don't get a change?
Southerners who have been exercising veto in the course of Nigerian history.
I will explain
so
this.
It's not as if it's only in the north.
I will explain this. The average educated Nigerian, in order to be shown as a liberal, very freedom-loving, democratic person, is always trying to be nice to the North. There is no reason to be nice to the North. They are our brothers, and we have a right to fight over the issues that we...
Don't you see what I used to say? Have you ever seen any Nigerian presidential candidate of Igbo origin having his deputy as Yoruba, or Yoruba presidential candidate having his deputy as Igbo? No, tell me now. Tell me. It never happened. Either a Yoruba presidential candidate with northern, it can be Fulani, but mostly Fulani self, Fulani deputy, or Fulani presidential candidate with either Igbo or Yoruba. You can never see Yoruba and Igbo work together. That is it. It is something artificially doctored to be like that, so that the North, the caliphate, when we talk about the North, is the caliphate, will be the apex of the pyramid. From anywhere you link to them, you must link to them. Without linking to them, you are doing nothing. You are going nowhere as long as Nigeria is concerned. But you can neglect either the East or the West, and no problem. But you cannot neglect the North. It is being doctored to be so. And these are the people that are causing havoc in Nigeria. It is something that was doctored to be so. Are you getting it? But the Nigerian intellectuals, do they say things like this? No, we want to make Nigeria better. Well, how? These are songs we have been hearing since time immemorial. Nigeria is not created to be better, to be a better place. It's created to be a hell on earth. It is created to be like that. Even now, I think they are now promoting GMO seeds, even in Nigerian universities. These people, when you are talking, when you are shouting, making noise on social media, they use money and enter into the institutions. They don't even reply to you. They have the money. Are you getting me? Bill Gates and co, they have the money. They use state power. They go to state powers. They use them. They enter into institutions. Just like one guy, somebody sent me his this thing, something doctor. Is it a proco doctor that was talking against GMO foods and all of it against it. All of a sudden, after meeting Bill Gates 101, he changed tone. That is African man for you. That is a slave mentality. They can never resist, they can never resist fame or money. It's impossible. That is why they call our Bite of Biafra slave coast, because this is a place where you can easily get slaves. You can instigate your somebody to sell his brother because of just coins, crumbs. Very easy. Something you hardly get other places. Not at that scale we have in our land. So once money exchange hand, you see a Nigerian change voice. You know, singing na so. You don't, God don't bless them. I beg, make it what I they talk. Now blessing I they look for things. I mean to be engaged. I'll become a billionaire in Naira. You are talking to me. I beg. Let people go and eat and die. You don't care. That is how cheap. Very cheap. People without dignity that abound in our side. Continue listening to this man.
We need to change. It is no longer right to be nice to the North, because in this particular case, I give you a very good example now. You have a governor who tells you that all the non-Nigerian Fulanis must be catered for by the Nigerian state.
That is Bala Mohammed. And I think Ganduji or another person, Fulani. But Nigerians don't call them ethnic bigots. No. They are not, these are people that they refer them as people that love Nigeria. Not the Igbo man that wants to dominate. Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State came several times defending the Fulani terrorists, telling everybody on national television, which I used to play here, that they don't care about the border, Nigerian border, that they are number one, Fulani before anything. Let an Igbo person go and talk like that. Yeah, your hair will break loose now. Yeah, what? Your hair break loose. Do you see how bad it is? How bad it is. These people are having their way because their minds have, the minds of other ethnicities, the indigenous people in Nigeria has been corrupted against Igbo. So there will no longer be any coordinated resistance. And that is why the Fulani, they are having their heyday. They are having their heyday. I think Christopher Musa, the chief of army staff, he said the other day that ranching is the solution. Not ranching in one place. He said ranching all over Nigeria will be the solution to insecurity. Do you see that? You heard him well. Ranching, that is Ruga. Because anywhere they place say ranching, this and that, it is Ruga, Fulani settlement, that it will be the solution to insecurity, the killing. They call it farmers headers clash. Let them stay one place. They say no, because they have an agenda. They must install in every state in Nigeria. I think Anambra is one of the states that have given them land. That is why Soludo is talking from both sides of their mouth. Sometimes I bow for even our people. Oh, Soludo of a man. Why would that I trusted? Some called him solution. This and that. Any Igbo person that entered the mainstream Nigerian politics, remove your hand. It doesn't matter. Our people, we always we are sentimental, and that is why we form good. This one we come now speak so. I said no, don't vote for him. Let us put him. He will be better than other. No, all are the same. Even if you that is talking, if you enter there, you behave the same because the system will change you. That's what people should understand. The system will change you the same way. Even if you're a criminal, you're an armed robber, you're a Nigerian politician that are stealing billions, you go to Canada today, acquire Canadian nationality, become a Canadian provincial or regional leader in politics or mayor in a city. I am telling you, you cannot steal one dime. You cannot. Because the system will put you, the system will put you right. We align you. Don't you see? Don't we have armed robbers that are committing blunders, killing people, stealing? But once they travel to Germany, the system of Germany will nobody go. They're not a 10 man. So, boy, behave yourself. Are you getting me? Where any place you are going, you see camera everywhere. Not somebody will tell you so, boy. That they are different from Nigeria. In Nigeria, you can buy justice. You kill somebody because you have a friend in the judiciary or military, big military officer. You call him, he will come and organize for you, bring you out. Germany, even the former politicians can go to jail for anything. No tolerance. Everything is not to somebody will tell you, oh boy, even the way you sit down, the way you talk is different than the way you talk in Nigeria. You will be minding your business, minding yourself, because you know that law is working. That is the system. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's the system. System aligns you. He bends you to that system. That is why you will see people inside flight. They are coming from a civilized country. Have you watched it? Returning on Christmas or anything. You know, everybody will be civilized. Once that flight come up and he enters Nigeria airspace, you see everybody will bring out his animal behavior. I'm telling you, the whole that serene situation will change. You see, Niger we tell now we are landing in Niger. You see, because they are landing in an animal jungle, and you change that cloak of civilization, which you come out from Spain, from America, where law was working. Now you change it, you remove it, because you know that it doesn't work in Nigeria. Now you become an animal, you change. As a plane is landing, any person that touches you say, nah, waiting. No. These are people that we are quiet, being nice to each other, right from Gatwick Airport. But once the flight fly, they see that they have gone out of, now they are up, they are heading to Nigeria. Everybody starts his character. Don't you see that? Because system changes you. Are you getting me? People build a system gradually. It's not easy to build a system, but once you build a system, the system will now start changing individual. So if you bring if you want to bring a British Prime Minister, tell him resign there, come and be Nigerian president. Once he come, what he will see there, system will change him. Either he run or he will become more corrupt. He will be doing something he will never even dream. I say not do. He said dream of doing in the UK. He will be doing it in Nigeria. I say, oh boy, not the thing. That is how things are. Please continue listening.
And actually argues against the respect for international boundaries, argues against national policies on the grounds that one ethnic group, which just happened to be the ethnic group with which the British worked out an alliance, should permanently remain a freeholder, moving across all boundaries, respecting all laws and things of that nature. If you are talking about all Nigerians having a right, that is a claim to a divine right that you are not allowed to touch unless you belong to that ethnic fraction in Nigeria. If that ethnic fraction had the means to create a nation, they would have created one by now. The truth is that between the Fulani and the Hausa, there is a very badly structured sense of nationality. The way people talk about it, those who know, they will say a pulo is a pulo and a kado is a kado. It means that although they speak the same language, they have not managed to create a sense of nationality, and they have imposed that in every other part of Nigeria and in every Nigerian conference and situation. We just don't need, we don't have to be over liberal.
So, in conclusion, what am I trying to say? Why the Fulani are on the rampage is because there is no coordinated resistance. Everybody is fighting on their own way. You don't win a war with uncoordinated resistance. It is impossible. Haven't I told you, say it here, I said it here several times, the fall of Ekumeku is because they became uncoordinated because of infighting. Little quarrel that they should settle. They now start seeing themselves say we are more fighters than you. Why people are dying? Because we are more warriors than you. Now they say, okay, what we are going to do? Let everybody go and defend their home village. Finish. No more mass attack, mass defense. No more coordinated resistance. Now they went back. Each people, each warrior, each military, Ekumeku warriors, they went back to their villages, various villages. In a bunch, they can do wonders, but they splintered. Their splintering led to their fall. Britain will go in one village and only others will be watching, just like what is going on now in Nigeria. No, it's happening in Benue. You not reach my side though. Don't worry. It's only that side they can reach. If they come to our side, we are ready now. We get boys. I am telling you, you can't do nothing. If they finish there, they come to you. You can't do nothing. This thing from fourth position to first position. It's because it can only happen in Imo State. I've seen people say it. We Anambra, that kind of thing cannot happen. Before God and man, Nigeria Chetage, Nigeria remember you. They might not come in that way. They come in another way. There is nothing you can do. Sometimes. No, it's only in Imo State it can happen now. Anambra, we cannot. We know us now. But Anambra kidnapped a sitting governor. Obasanjo whip another person. How do we boast? It is also killing us. Instead of to learn to be massively fighting for each and every one of us, the failure of Imo State, we accept it as is our collective failure. That responsibility will energize us not to allow any other place to fall. But when we say we push it now, don't worry, it cannot happen in my place. Nigeria Chetegi, you are nothing. Your strength is nothing to the caliphate. Others will be watching you. They will treat you and bring you down. Put any person they want, and nothing will happen. Are you getting me? But once we understand that there should be a coordinated resistance, that if they are trying to impose a governor in Imo State, other Biafran states will be saying they rise up in support, in solidarity, not allowing it to happen in Imo State. That is the time you know that Nigeria will go back and say, oh boy, these people we can no longer penetrate. Oh. But when you look at your brother to fall, you say you start making mouth. Now that side now it can happen. It cannot happen my own state, my own village. You are a war in here, but Mazi Jonathan Chinedu have said it. He said we should come together, irrespective of our various differences. He said Ijo cannot do it alone. Only Igbo cannot do it alone. Robo cannot do it alone. We join together. Now when we fight and get what we want, now we can decide how we either stay together or any person that wants to go, he go. That is the only thing. That is how South Sudan get their country, for your information. They were fighting themselves, two major ethnicities. Dimka and the other one, I've forgotten. They have other minorities. They were fighting each other. But John Garang rose, I think in the 80s, and told them, look, just like Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, he talked to them, he said, we are fighting against each other. Ejo against Igbo man. Robo say Igbo na rubbish. Don't say Igbo man na this and that. We are fighting against ourselves. But we have a common enemy. John Garang told them, if we continue fighting again and killing ourselves and eating the flesh of ourselves, our common enemy, the Janjaweed, the Arabs, they will colonize all of us, and all of us will become slaves. We either stop this infighting, this clannish fighting against ourselves, and face our common enemy. If we finish them, now we get what we want. Now we can come back and continue fight, no problem. That one we know that we will settle later. No person will be a slave to his fellow. But if we continue killing ourselves, fighting, our enemy will be sponsoring one against the other, and they will colonize or enslave all of us. And it made sense to them. That is the reason why they were able to rise up together to fight to get South Sudan you are seeing today. It's not easy. They coordinated resistance against their common enemy. But today, what you hear from our people, sometimes you say, all these things we preach, so it doesn't enter anywhere. No, now this village, if in our own, hey, nothing. They cannot do it. We have men now. You boy, you have no single strength when it comes to the Nigerian caliphate power. I am telling you, they can't do anything. Maybe the style they use in Imo, it will not be the same style in Anambra. It might not be the same style in everybody, but they will overpower everybody. So the only thing is coordinated resistance, so that if it is happening in Enugu, don't call it Enugu, Hamufu. Now there they happen. More resist. They can't do nothing. Every one of us should rise up in unison against any part of Biafra land that is under attack, any part of Biafra land that is under political attack. What do I mean by political attack? Any governor or any political leadership being imposed on that place, others rise up, even not in that state. Others will rise up, say, no, what is happening in Anambra? No, we are against it. We protect everybody. There, the enemy will be afraid. But once you restrict it to that place only, they don't have any power. They don't have the power against the caliphate. That is coordinated resistance. Without it, we are all gone. That is what they are trying to do, to destroy our coordinated resistance, so that we continue fight. They pitch each one against the other. This one against this one. We continue rolling around or fighting ourselves or yabbing, doing saga, whereas the enemy, the caliphate, continue doing what they are doing. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Are you one of the personal assistants of Ojukwu?
Yes, I am. I have an appointment letter that shows that I'm a senior aide in media.
Can you remember that day in 1970 when Ojukwu left the country?
Yes, I can.
What was it like?
Rowdy. A little rowdy. Rowdy in the sense that we did not expect the collapse of 12-Div. Don't forget, that things were beginning to look up for Biafra. The arms were beginning to come in. So the collapse of 12-Div was sudden and unexpected. So when the news came that 12-Div area had totally collapsed, cutting off S Brigade that was around Azumini, so there was problem.
So at this point there was no hope for Biafra.
We had been decimated. Those who were the 3rd Marine Commando heading to Owerri, some were heading to Olaku, around today's Imo Airport. Some were heading to Aba, and Maduebe couldn't really put it together. Was the chief of army staff. So Emeka was advised to leave and he left from Ogwa.
Who advised him to leave?
Salui.
Mbanefo?
And Co. Yes. Philip. Did
he resist?
No, I don't think he resisted. I wasn't too old or matured to know what was happening inside that hall, but I know he agreed to leave.
Philip was among those that convinced him to leave?
Yes. And Philip was to take the mantle of leadership and did the formal.
So immediately Ojukwu left, that was the end of the war?
More or less, yes. There was no more resistance. War is about resistance. There was no more resistance. Pamphlet, so there was no more resistance.
So he left knowing that Philip Effiong was going to hand the instrument of surrender to Nigeria.
That was obvious. That was obvious because the resistance had been broken. There was no more coordinated resistance. And despite Colonel Joa Chuzie's attempts, there was no way. So he had to go into exile.
Some said he ran away.
He didn't run away. Emeka didn't run away. To run away means there was an obvious danger, yes. But it was organized. He had to leave. He had to leave.
How did he leave? From which airport?
Some said Uli, some said Oga, but I think he used Oga. I think so.
Why didn't he leave through Uli Airport?
Uli Airport was under bombardment by Egyptian piloted Russian MiGs. Remember that we are not fighting Nigeria alone. That's what people don't know. We're fighting almost the entirety of Arab world. Emeka likes to call them Pan-Arabism.
You know, if you read Yahya declaration,
yes,
he said the Biafran struggle,
yes,
was against Pan-Arabism.
It's Pan-Arabism. He knew. And
welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 29th day of July 2025. That's about Bochuria. Our lines are now opened. Our WhatsApp and Signal line remains +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us and give us your view on the issue treated. But remember, we also talk about the need for coordinated resistance. Therefore, we can never shy away from it, because that is where our force lies. United we stand, and divided we fall. And our enemies has been trying, or our enemies have been trying to break our coordination, so that and we understand their game. Therefore, I have a caller on, caller on WhatsApp, please. You are the first caller. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Mazi, welcome to the program. Please go on.
Quick one, sir. I'm at work. Mazi, the reason I called, you see, I'm not yet to be sentimental or to be this thing, but what I want to say is that, as far as Biafra is concerned, people that are causing confusion in this Biafra struggle are noticed and I've observed very well are the religious bigots. Trust me. That's why it's hard for us to get Biafra. That's why the religious mindsets. Once there's a religious mindset, they are easy to be buyed. They are easy to be compromised because they are confused set of people. They don't have this trademark of their own. That's what I truly observe in this struggle. Check out the people that cause the confusion. That is what I have to say. That's my contribution on this night, Mazi. And second, Mazi, please, my name is Chinedu. My name is Chinedu, and I've not forgotten. I guess you have forgotten. I say I need the ESN. The ESN, the same. I've said several times.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will reply you. Sorry. I will reply you. Okay, thank you. There we go. Caller on signal, can you hear me? You are reconnecting. No, please. If you are calling, try to make sure that I know sometimes network can do something, and mostly from the zoo. But try to put data that is at least strong. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? The same thing, reconnecting, and he's not from here, I think. Caller on WhatsApp, you are reconnecting, please. Let me see. I hope my voice is coming out. Is it from here? No, but dashboard, everything is okay. No, my voice is not from here. I don't know. Please, if you are calling mostly from the zoo, if your data is not strong, there is no need. I know you want to talk, but no need. Caller on WhatsApp, can you still hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? No. Let me see what is happening. Let me see. Caller on WhatsApp, please. You are calling. If you are calling, your data is not. There is connecting. Stop calling now, so that others will don't occupy this place. If your data is not okay, please don't call. You are occupying space for others, please. I know it's not easy, but you should understand. I know it's not easy, but you should understand. If your data is not okay, no need of calling, because you're occupying space for connecting, and you continue calling. Mazi, please, can you hear me? You are on board. Mazi.
Yes, Mazi, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Mazi?
The whole world is hearing you. You know, this other brother is calling, but look at this. He's occupying. I don't know why our people cannot listen. He's occupying if you call, he's on connect. That is, he's connecting. His data is not good. It's from the zoo. Leave. Stop calling. Let others call. I know it's not easy. Maybe it's not your fault, but leave once you call. Mazi, please go on. Look at. He's still calling. If care is not taken, I will block this, because if I pick it, it's connecting. Maybe where you are, there is no network. Let our people please be reasonable. Mazi, please go on. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my big brother Mazi Jonathan. This is your brother Ugo calling from UK, and I salute you for the good job that you are doing for Biafrans. I appreciate Onyendu, Asemendebo, Bihado, continue to guide and protect him. The DOS, HODOS, I salute you. Mazi Chika Doziem, I saw the interview that you made. It was very, very important for our people to see the interview and then understand what we are fighting for. Now, Mazi, despite that I've not been calling up, but I'm listening to see how we are going to continue fighting until we reach our destination. I remember one of those days, there's one of these our motto they call up Waka Moscow. And when you look at it, he thinks that he's going to fall apart on the way, but he must reach his destination. We must surely reach our destination, and we are getting there. And the reason why I called tonight is the topic you raised tonight, very, very important, because this topic is what have been disturbing me and bothering me, particularly our people. And I don't think about any other thing. I think about our people. Sometimes I ask myself a question. So, nobody like this. This is what I always ask myself. So, I did like this. Now, I remember when Onyendu always preach in this platform. He told us that we must to fight this battle. We must fight this battle together. But if we fail to come together, we are not going to achieve what we are pursuing. He always says these things on this hollow platform. But what baffles me is when I think that our people have learned a lot from Onyendu, I never know that some of our people will disappoint. That makes me shed tears till tomorrow. Why am I saying all these things is because I'm in Biafra land for the past three months, and I was there, and then I was, trying to understand exactly what was going on. And I have to say it to Biafrans that, in this hallowed platform, we speak the truth. As long as we need to speak the truth in this hallowed platform, we have to say it the way it is, so that it will run with the program Mazi Jonathan was preaching tonight. So that because all the money drew me with the best. I remember this platform. Some people were calling on you. This man keep making them to understand that he swell with his life and his parents' life. That if Biafra has to, if they ask him to go and kill his family now for Biafra to come, he will do it on this whole platform. For you to know that we listen to Onyendu. He know exactly what he was talking. Onyendu know exactly what he was crying, because he know that we are in danger in Nigeria. Mazi, I witnessed it in my little while I've been in Biafra land. We are in danger. Do you know in Imo State now, as I speak to you? Ask. The logo of Imo State is in Imo State. Nobody knows who is going to be next. When you see our people moving, nobody know if you are going to come back or not. I'm telling you the gospel truth. No, in Imo State, I will tell you particularly in Imo State, nobody knows if you are going to come back or not. That is how the life of our people have become in Imo State. Now, as I speak to you, I was there. I know what our people are facing. Now, you see the atrocity of what of Eberima himself in Biafra land is real.
No,
why am I saying this?
It's real.
I am not saying it because I want to how am I going to put it? To keep emphasizing on it. No, I'm saying it so that people will begin to learn for the program tonight. That actually, you that is listening to me, some of you we are calling Onyendu on this platform, calling him all manner of names, but somebody you did not even know where he came from was asking you to go and kill your own brother. You went and kill your brother. You that is listening to me, some of you did this thing. The result is in Biafra land as I speak to you now. Some of you don't even ask him the question you were asking Onyendu. You are not going to betray. You are sure you are not going to do to Wazirike. Go to YouTube. You will see our people. All those ranting, woto, this, that is in the body of our people. I witness it. He did not even cross head bridge You see houses we are burning. It's our people that is dying. No, but for anybody told you that zoo military is dying, police is dying. Maybe it's one that drink, that drunk, and maybe they corner him. They can manage to take his gun or whatever. These boys are doing. But in terms of all these things, they're telling you, oh, zoo military died. It's a lie. All our people that they are killing. This is boys. This is what they actually asked them to be doing in Biafra land. To be destroying the name of IPOB and the ESM. And that is what exactly Nigerian government wants Eberima and his boys to be doing. They are being sponsored by Nigerian government. Don't be deceived. Our Kurawa, they did deceive. Eberima is being sponsored by the Nigerian government. Now, if you look at Dave Omahi himself, I can actually forgive Fulani, but if you Dave Omahi and the whole post of them, I will never forgive them. You know why? The same Dave Omahi that is speaking now, that is the menace of a Fulani man. In his recent interview, Mazi, if it is possible, you play it to our people, so that people will hear Dave Omahi saying that it was the reason of Fulani kidnapping that brought ESM. The same Dave Omahi who told you that he formed parallel IPOB, inside IPOB, now coming up and tell you that some of his engineers, white engineers, were kidnapped by the Fulanis. It was the reason why ESN come out. Dave Omahi start confessing now. But the same Dave Omahi form killers that we are murdering our own people, pointing IPOB hand in their body, killing our own people, doing all manner of rubbish. Dave Omahi was responsible for insecurity in Biafra land. I said it in every Nigerian radio I go, that Dave Omahi will be held responsible for anything pertaining insecurity. It was Dave Omahi who brought it in Biafra land and then passed it to Hope Uzodinma. These two governors, these two people, Dave Omahi and Hope Uzodinma, should be held responsible in whatever that is happening in Biafra land. Dave Omahi was the engineer of it, and he has come out today to begin to speak with two balls of his mouth. Dave Omahi, this is Dave Omahi. Mazi, let me leave it here. I have a lot to say, because if you see this, you're preaching tonight, it reminds me a lot of things about our people. It reminds me that betrayer does not pay. All those things, I get what trend in Biafra today, tomorrow. Fighter jet is on the air. We have bought tank. Come on, Jog, where are these people today that make you to go and be killing and destroy Biafra land? Don't you know that is a perima? If not the help of Chinasa Woru fighting these people to expose them in Radio Biafra, do you know the things, the damage these people have caused in Biafra land? This is Perima himself. Do you know? If you don't know, go to Biafra land, you will see it. Mazi Ndewo.
Ndewo Mazi. Ndewo. That is the reason why we always come here to enlighten us. Because that is the most important part of this restoration effort. You know, if you see information. Information is the key. Once you hear information, it depends on what you do with it. But hear it first. Because what the Nigerian government has been doing is trying to break our coordination. I am telling you. That is the reason why Biafra fell. Biafra, because it was broken. And our eternal leader have to move. Are you getting me? That is it. Because once they break our coordinated resistance, it's finished. There is no. This person will be on Facebook talking. The other one will be on YouTube. Yabeni, his brother. The other one will be. So the main thing, the Nigerian government will be, the Fulani Caliphate will be on the rampage, doing their thing, enslaving everybody. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can hear you directly.
There, Mazi. There.
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Jonathan, and good evening to Biafrans all over the world. My name is Mazi Chinedu. Yes. Yeah, Mazi, which I barely hear people recognizing it. About what I want to pinpoint was the time the president of America traveled to Qatar. So on reaching Qatar, so one of the known terrorists that was once been wanted by United America, I mean to say, was in sort of he was led to meet Donald Trump in order to have some negotiation. So, but I was surprised at the same time seeing Dangote, being at the same time introduced to Donald Trump at the same moment, at the same occasion. So I'm just.
Are you talking about what? Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the new Syrian president?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Yes. The man was once declared one.
Not he was even till of recent. He was having $10 million bounty on him. As he chops people's head off. He's an ISIS terrorist. The ISIS direct. Go on. Go on, Mazi. Today he is being baptized. All his sins are forgiven. That is how they roll. Mazi, go on.
Head of states, introduced these non-terrorists to Donald Trump. At the same time, introducing through the Qatar head of states. Also, Dangote was introduced through Qatar head of states to Donald Trump. So one on one I'm trying to put together is why at the same time for you to know that these people have something in common. They are being known to be into brotherhood. They are being called brotherhood. So I strongly believe that Dangote, this man called Dangote, and the Kaaba, they are in the same ship. Through his talk, he has been facilitating these terrorists being dispatched all over Nigeria, killing indigenous people of so-called Nigeria, for them to take over the indigenous land. So this man knows what he is doing. Him and his cabal elite, they know what they are doing. They are all in the game to kill the indigenous people and take over the land, and also to be able to make Nigeria a caliphate state. And that this brotherhood, some Arab country ban this Arab brotherhood. They ban them to disassociate with them. But look at them, look at people from Nigeria. Is working hand in hand with them. And I'm saying it on Radio Biafra. This man called Dangote, his logistics is being used in dispatching all these Boko Haram and these Fulani militias, soldiers all over Nigeria. So nobody should come and tell me that this man is not into this game. Nobody should tell me that. They all know what they are doing. They are taking over. They are being sponsored by this Muslim Brotherhood in order to take over Nigeria and set up a caliphate, a kingdom in Nigeria. So thank you. I rest my case.
Of course, we know that. All of them are working in synergy. All of them. It is only our Igbo billionaires and elites that don't have or don't support our agenda. The only people that doesn't have agenda. If not what IPOB is doing. Support us, they don't support us. And remember, before the caller on signal, please, Mazi Chris, just hold on. Remember, there is a news today, yesterday. ISWAP earning $191 million annually from taxing farmers, fishers in Lake Chad region. You see that? We cry and shout for support, for financial support. Oh yeah. Igbo man ready to pay 100 million to kidnapper, like the primate, the Methodist primate that was kidnapped. Go and meet him, tell him, Oga, give us even if a fraction of that money, a fraction. He will talk. He will quote for you the book of Lemuel, Abi Samuel. Say, God is protecting us, so no need. You know, you see that in people heading happily to perdition, to abyss. As you go, he said that, and that is true. The mantra now mostly in Imo State is outside. Let me go and buy something. Whether you will come back safe. This is the very piteous, pathetic situation we are in. Very sad. Let our people support what we are doing financially. Make contacts. ISWAP that is killing people. They are earning $191 million annually from taxing farmers, fishers in Lake Chad region. It's not talking about the one even the politicians are giving them, their own politicians. And you are surprised how they are getting their weapons, the sophisticated weapons. You are surprised how they are making headways, how they are killing Nigerian soldiers, how they are controlling. You are surprised. Yeah, no, they are killing us because they are being supported. Can you support your own? A power sense, a power brain. Caller on signal, Mazi Chris, please welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Mazi Chris, let me see. Can you hear me? Mazi Chris, can you hear me? Please go on, Mazi Chris. Mazi Chris, you are on board. Mazi Chris, can you hear me? There, Mazi, welcome to the program. Please go on.
Thank you. I was listening from radio, so that's why it came.
Yeah, there is delay. Yes, there are about almost 1 minute delay. Go on.
I've said it all as usual. That is how Nigeria is. That is how the situation is. Everything you have said here is what happened. But let me begin to answer this one, brother. Say that they know what they are doing. People that started since 18th century working to take over Nigeria, gradually that have advanced at least 80%. They have advanced their cause up to 80%. They have conquered the Hausa people. Use the Middle Belt as a conquer to start killing them right now. Take every position, not only in the political field, but also in the military field, in the police field. They are in charge. If you say that it seems that they are working together, no, this is an understatement. These people have taken over. It's only that we are finding a way, to stop them. That's what we are doing. But in terms of taking over, they have taken over. Just it remains 20% for them to conclude their action. 20%. And that 20% is thank the IPOB. Thank IPOB. If IPOB wasn't and the guy didn't expose them, expose these people, they begin to withdraw some steps. Certain things they begin to
use strategies to do it. A country, a people that manipulate a dead man, put another person in order to return that thing what they want. Use Nigerian money, use Nigerian state to borrow money all over the world, store the whole resources in Nigeria, build a refinery. You don't know that refinery they built in Lagos was refinery for Fulanis. You think it's for Dangote? They are joking. In a little while, you will see that refinery or Dangote being given the controller of NNPC. He will be in charge. By that time, they will seize everything you have. They will make you to breathe. They are not trying to use agriculture now to starve people in Nigeria. You don't see food, the little one they give you, it is a thank you. Now they will be in charge of food, be in charge of the police. I was listening to Mazi Jonathan. He said that he was narrating what happened to him in 2014. He said that he could have gone somewhere to sleep for that night or to stay. But he said no, it is better for him to die in Asorok. If they want to kill him in Asorok, let them kill him so that Nigerians will say that they came inside Asorok, inside the presidential villa. Then ask me, he is the president. Who are those that want to kill him? He is the president. He was the president then. Who are those that wanted to kill him inside Asorok, inside presidential villa? These the people holding Nigeria. These people are controlling Nigeria, not that person you see as a president. So let me stop from here in terms of what this brother said. Do not understate, use any word that to underscore these people. These people have taken over just about 20%. And that 20% was the Eastern Region cause of IPOB. Cause of IPOB. Thank our leader, thank IPOB that remain till now. Remain consistently till now. And we are begging our people to rise up. Mazi, last time I called, I said we will use ourselves to save ourselves. You see this struggle, and I view this struggle for all angles. So there will be a time I don't like to talk to people. I just sit down. All I be thinking, what do we do? What is the answer? What the result? What do we do? I haven't gotten any answer, as I have told you. The only answer I have gotten is that, let me use that word in blog, that we must use ourselves to save ourselves. That is the only angle I see that. You want to tell us that somebody killed, I think, Gandhi of India, shot him to death because he saw in future that what he's trying to do will destroy the India states, and he was sentenced to prison. That is the.
He was sentenced to death.
Save yourself.
He was sentenced to death. He was.
In our own case.
Yes.
I hope you are hearing me, Mazi.
Yes, of course. Mazi, go on.
I hope you are listening to me. Okay.
Mazi, go on. Your voice is coming out. Please go on.
So I in our own case, what I find out that will be okay for us is that even if I'm concerned, let it be. We must use them. So if there's a time we will force some people. You see this contribution we are begging for them. We will force them. Sometimes time will come, we will force them. That is part of using ourselves to serve. We force them to pay that money to contribute for this what we are doing. Not all this one we are going in civil. Let me tell you, when the Europeans are trying to organize themselves, it's easy to organize yourself. They are trying to put things, as you said here, rightly mentioned here, to put things in order. That's make laws and make everything, make arrangements. Put things will begin to work according to the rules and everything. Is it easy? Even the religious, religion they're talking about, the establishment of.
Mazi, it is not easy. It is not easy. There are people that their life is to scatter. I'm telling you, it's not easy. Let's go on.
Not a day job, not even 100 years, 10 years job. It's years job. I don't know how long it lasts. But compared to the people we are dealing with in Nigeria, where right become truth, we pay to do whatever you want. You know what about? I met one group on the social media today. Anything they talk, they use P2B, mention P2B, IPOB, this and that. I say, and I call them, I ask them, say, excuse me, anytime you people talk about Nigeria issue to another thing, you talk about P2B, you talk about IPOB. Why do people mention IPOB in every of your thing you do? And you forget to mention Sunday Igboho by chasing the same course of IPOB. And they forget that the Tinubu went to Yoruba meeting where they're talking about the Yoruba, and they sang the Oduduwa national anthem inside that place. And none of you are ready to even you call. Why didn't you attack Tinubu when he was reading that he sang national anthem of Oduduwa? So these are the things, they gather enemies all around to infuse rubbish into the sense of people. People begin to behave like animals. So by behaving like animal, you know, when you say, I always say something that you say the word today. I say there will be an environment you will stay. If you don't change the environment will change you. And it is almost 99% that the environment changes you. Before you change the environment, you will fight a war to change the system. That's the point. Changing the way people behave. To put another one, you will fight a war. Either you abandon that place and leave, or you abide to what they are doing. If you go to Nigeria, you don't want to drag line to buy fuel those days. You go, if you have a gentleman that came from overseas, you queue up today, he didn't get fuel. Maybe at your point, he didn't get fuel. Tomorrow, you come back, you queue up, he didn't get. The next day, you will jump like others. That's the system changing person. If you come for the next one you come, maybe you will force to do what in order to get it. That's how environment or system changes you. Even if you, I told them yesterday, if you like bring more than 100 reverend fathers or pastors or even the good people, the best people on this planet, put them into Nigeria, they cannot make difference because Nigeria fundamentally are wrong, and there's something wrong with it. By the education you give to the curriculum you give. If I go to school and somebody has asked me, I asked somebody yesterday, who discovered Nigeria? Is that Mongapo? He said, yes, that's the reality. I said, okay, this is the kind of people we are talking to. So, Mazi, what we are doing is a very difficult task. And I said that the only way out, there will be a time. That's the suggestion I want to make. Maybe I will call the number of HOD and make that suggestion. I don't want to make it on air. That this one we are doing now, we are going a soft hand. And we are trying to preach our people so that they will develop. But do you know one thing? That thing inside us, so when you hear something in my as DNA, and I hate it. You see this Radio Biafra, those that still dwell on the IPOB very, very well are those that listen to this Radio Biafra. If you go outside them, they will be ready. They will go to every platform on this planet, link themselves to make comments, to talk, because they can talk, but they cannot listen to Radio Biafra. Let me any day our leader come back to talk on Radio Biafra. You see all of them came. That time our leader was talking on Radio Biafra. Everybody jump into they listen to Radio Biafra. Sometimes they come here, listen to what our leader said, but they have not been in IPOB for one day. But they listen. Actually, I listen to Radio Biafra. I listen to the broadcast being replayed by another person. The broadcast of our leader being replayed. So you see the character inside there. That this character is the character that led us. That one man is the only head all the time. Everybody look upon one man. As if our leader wake up in the morning, you go and get Biafra, everybody go in. This kind of mentality, you can't use it to get the freedom we are talking about. The people that, what we are trying to do is to get at least 70% of our people being reasonable. understand the dispensation of the zoo and how things work. When we get to this point, then we can do everything. Nigerian government war kind of area, we can go into war. People with this kind of mentality, they got up in mud, you got to put them down. When you back, you met no. Fulani will chop your head. When they came to Biafra and during Biafra war, you see a woman with a baby. Leave the woman with the baby. That's what they're doing in the Benue State right now. Obino Hanazo. When what the characteristics is Obino Madunazo. Keep your heart behind you. Do anything you want to do. And the only solution is that we must force people to have it, and we will force people to belong. Good night.
There were Mazi, and I can hastily add, it's indeed be ime. Manahan we could be ime. Look at how criminal autopilots, how they mow down people in their shops. They stop, they go to the shop, they kill man and just for nothing. I never see this kind of thing before. Sometimes I say, what have but I cannot understand. Somebody will stop, go to the shop, open fire, killing his brother. They are not attacking even our enemies. You know. It's absurd. I'm asking what is happening. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Call on WhatsApp. Go on.
Jonathan.
There, Mazi.
Mazi, yes, sir. Don't you have camera the regular one?
The Korage, there.
Mazi, I want to start by thanking the leadership, because without this very leadership, without their endurance, without their steadfastness, I don't think we would have been here. They have really taught us a lot. And this very platform, this very Radio Biafra, has been a very backbone, it's been a very big source of our sustenance of this very struggle. Because I know when it was raining, it was on this radio we kept, hearing from the leadership, shaping our minds, trying to, know the direction to follow, which the few and many of us were able to keep our heads and minds straight in order to go out there to inform others of what is there, trying to confuse our people. So I cannot stop by thanking this very leadership, because they said from what they have been doing since our leader was adopted, kidnapped. What we are saying, from what have been going on, or that have been doing the needful, have really developed when it comes to our understanding of global politics, even the antics of our enemy. So I said, I hear me way. Yeah, that was young. This very struggle, I see it beyond how it is being explained from this our platform. I almost see it as something that we have been almost run over, because we will not be in this position to bring out our best or to do the needful. Yes, the struggle or the task ahead might be very, very, tough. Might look as if there is no hope. But we cannot stop from doing what we are doing, knowing fully well that our enemies are numerous. Mazi, anytime you see these very enemies, people like the Western world, the Fulanis and the Nigerian government does anything, know that they have done trillion times of that very thing. It's just that only what you're seeing. Because I remember when this very Western governor
Mazi, are you still there?
Of this, I will keep thinking that yes, I'm here, but the network is very, very bad. If it's not properly, let me drop so others can continue.
Go on. Your voice is coming out now. It's coming out now. Go on.
So Mazi, I remember when they were talking of climate change. So I was thinking that there was something more different, like the ozone layer or the sun was much, that in no distance time the sun will be melting people. But these are the grounds that they were preparing for their foot soldiers. And this thing you see the Fulani is doing presently now in Nigeria, this thing has been in existence. That is what they use in sacking the blacks in the Middle East, even in North Africa, replacing them with this very white that you're seeing all over these areas. And this thing you're seeing they are doing now, it is a deliberate attempt in order to make sure that blacks never own anything called land. Because they find out that we keep holding to our ancestral belief, our ancestral ways of life, like holding back that my land, my area, my people, our culture, and all of these things is what is not, really giving them that, what they really want in order to make this world a one government, area where they will be able to harness anything they want, do whatever they like. And they find out that this very color that we have, this very of ourselves, if without exterminating us, that naturally we will, grow, replace other colors. So this very hegemony and these very ideas has been there from centuries back. Then what they now did is just that they renewed it with the Fulani, and they don't have any other people than this area. The Fulani has been there, partnering the Arab enslavement, partnering the British and other colonial masters. So they don't have any other person that will do it perfectly. That is very Fulani. That is why you see them since when the Fulani started killing in all the West African countries. There have not been any international condemnation. There have not been any media houses that have said all these things. So that is why we should know that it is high time we build ourselves together, especially with this very organization that Mazi Jonathan have laid down. Because without IPOB, when we talk about coordination, when we talk about doing something in unison, it is only IPOB that have showed themselves worthy, show themselves, being able to confront what is, chasing us. That is why I bless God for, establishing this very organization. And Mazi, there is something I want to point out. This, what they call them, there was news in the country about the Senate passing this, what they call it, the Emir and the Sultan
the bill,
and this other thing.
Only of Ife, yes. Yoruba monarch
These are that same parts. Yes, these are this same part of plans in order to see that we are in totally exterminated. And I come to reason these things that the more you listen to what transpires in the past during the Biafran war, the more you get to understand our situation and what we need to do. Because I've been wondering, why have there not been any country that support us even presently? But I find out that our docility and how we do things makes even people that is willing to support us hate us even the more. Because you find out that how did we just fought a war of 3 years and people died in that nature, and it was abandoned as if nothing happened. You see, then if you are in a position that you render support and this kind of things took place, you will never in your life think of even giving any kind of arm or even raising your face. And mind you, what is in this world is all about interest. And most of those support that you have been getting is like if you were established, and they will be able to partner you and see what they can get from you. But when they did all of this thing, that was the people that was pained, killed and enslaved and done all of these things, we never in any way, any form of resistance or even rebuilding. And that still brings me to today's struggle. If we did not do the needful by supporting this very struggle in any way we can, Mazi, our case, our situation will be far worse than the people that lost or the people that they ran 1966 70 genocide. Mazi, that brings me to this very time we are into. One of my friends told me that these days I used to talk too much. I told him that he said in the past that I am this kind of quiet person that I neither talk. I told him that why I talk is because those that know should teach. And I've come to learn a lot from this very platform, this very struggle. Me keeping quiet will be evil. It will be evil. And knowing the dangers that is ahead of us, Mazi, do you know that presently now it is known generally, every Nigerian now is getting aware that GMO has been, we have been consuming it even long ago. So how will I know all of these things? How will I come to this radio since 2010? I've been listening to this, and when I go out, I will keep quiet. It is evil. That is why I talk. And when I talk, I expect people to understand. And when they don't understand, it pains me a lot. But I know for sure, because we have been taught in this radio that no matter what you do, no matter how they resist it, you must keep. Because continuity, persistent is the key. Because the people that we are trying to stay off, they are not backing down anytime. And that is why we must do the needful. And above all, discipline. Like when you look at the Nigerian, the Igbo organization, the Igbos are the only people that has organized more than any ethnic group, more than any country. If you go in here, you see Igbo, you see Igbo in diaspora, you see World Igbo Congress, you see maybe Soso village in Soso state. All these are organizations and their strength. Being able to come together and harness their strength in one purpose is what is really disturbing us. And that is where I know in no distance time, when this evil will show itself in a way that nobody will bear it, when they have emergency in every way, health sector, killing and all of this thing will come to everybody doorsteps. I know that every day everybody will embrace IPOB, and that day is fast coming. That is why every one of us that is in this very struggle, every one of us that have dedicated ourselves, that have paid the price in one way or the other, we must make sure that we keep this light, no matter what will come what may. We must make sure that we keep this struggle alive. There will be a time when they will not have anybody to hold on to them. This very struggle. Thank you so much, Mazi. I say may you give you immense knowledge, because what you have been imparting on us is so in the mirrors. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We must continue. Mazi Obasi, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Mazi Jonathan.
Yeah, well, please. Go on, please.
Mazi Jonathan. Good evening, Biafrans. My name is Mazi Obasi. Once again, calling from Ghana. But one of the things that the Nigerian people use to deceive the gullible among us, anytime you hear that term being used on anybody, just mark the person as Oyeriri. That is the tribalized Nigerian. When they say, oh, this person is a detribalized Nigerian, you never hear that term being used on a Hausa or a Fulani man. You never hear that term being used to qualify a Yoruba man. It's always used on our brothers and sisters. And when they do, the people who are so described are happy. They see it as some level of crown that has been given to them. They do not know that it is a simple way of saying you are a Mugu, a confirmed Mugu. How can you be detribalized in a country where everything is about tribe? And you think you are of your right senses? How can you be detribalized when even the person calling you detribalized is completely tribalized? In fact, is a bigot. It's a tribal bigot. And you are happy and you are smiling, you think you are being called a good name. And we want to make them our friends so that they can like us, and then when they now say, oh, as for you, I like you because you're not like those other brothers who are like this, who are, then they're happy. And you think that when you are being described by your enemy as more likable than your other brother, you do not know even at that stage that you are simply a failure. The Muslims or the Northern Fulanis, they have a saying that they usually say in Hausa language. They said, "Ciyar da anne ba lada ko da arzikin ubansa." It means there is no reward, there is no blessing in feeding an infidel, even with his father's wealth. This is a slogan, this is a mantra, this is something they repeat all the time. And this gives you the summary of what they think about you. Imagine that I am friends with your father. And because I'm friends with your father, I know where his money and resources are. And he passes on. And I am saying that taking care of you with that wealth, that money, that resources that belongs to your father, there is no reward in it for me. How much more will you expect me to use my own wealth to take care of you? What reward? It means that I will be cursed for doing that. And these are the same people that our people have not realized that cannot exist with these people. But we are happy with the little crumbs, that we get from the table and little political relevance that we think we have. Okay, those Obi of Onisha and other skirt-wearing Obi and the so-called is, bragging about going to Abuja, about being tribalized, going to, symposiums and speaking big English and how Nigeria is one, talking about how they have stayed in Kano, stayed in Kaduna, stayed in this place, and how they school in Maiduguri, and that makes them somehow, an embodiment of Nigeria. And as such, they understand Nigeria, and the need for Nigeria to be one is more important to them than anybody that has ever lived. What happened? That a bill is being sponsored and being hastily passed that is going to elevate other of their peers and leaving them behind. That one they will not talk. How does that treat them as equal? Or is not enough for them to react? It's not enough to tell them that that country does not belong to them, that they have no place in that country. How can you create a law that will elevate certain monarchs and leave certain monarchs behind? That is how, because these people, just like you always say, before they do anything, they test the waters. They want to see our reactions. An entire budget was passed without the inclusion of any project from an entire region. And when you raise your voice, while you are raising your voice, the presiding person in the parliament on that day was busy hitting his gavel and making conclusion on what has been said without taking into note your protest. And after he has taken that decision, then he allow you to speak. When you're done speaking, he said, okay, I will talk to the president, and maybe, just maybe, in the next bill, you might be considered. How insulting and how demeaning. But what happened? Quiet. They kept quiet. Maybe they meet in their meeting as Southeast Caucus in whatever nonsense and get some envelope or some Ghana must go, and they keep quiet. Today they have seen that you cannot react. They are now elevating their kings. Tomorrow is going to be something else. The road from Ore to our homeland is bad for God knows how long. None of these people speak because they fly. None of these people can open their mouth and say anything because they fly. By Nigeria's own statistics, Nigeria government-owned Bureau of Statistics, they clearly said that 75% of the containers that comes into the Lagos port ends up in the southeast. And the road is as bad as it is. Nobody talks. Traveling to your homeland is a problem, even when you come back. Since you will not allow us to fly into our land, let the road even be good. No. All these people, as long as they can fly to Lagos, fly to Owerri, fly to Abuja, they are fine. Any other thing can go to hell. So, what exactly we need to be talking about this thing sometimes? It's annoying. It's annoying. Before your eyes, your own mate, your own mates will be telling you through different actions directly to your face that you are nothing, and you keep quiet. An ethnic nationality as great as the Igbo people and as Biafrans. Why? And we are just there. The Muslims, as you see them, are as divided as you can imagine. In fact, you can't even imagine the depth of their division. If you go to the northern Nigeria and the north, the Izalas and the Terika, they don't even pray in the same place. They are so divided that even the knife used by the other person to kill an animal cannot be used by the other because he considers it desecrated. But when there is a jihad, when they are facing an external quote and unquote enemy, trust me, they are as united can be. You will never notice that there is any difference within them. Why can't we disagree on certain things but be united in the only thing that guarantees our own survival, which is Biafra? You can be in the Senate, be whatever you want to be. We may disagree in your belief system. We don't care. But can we not have something, at least the protection of our land? The protection of our land, at least. At least. No, Mazi Jonathan.
There were. Thank you very much. That is it. Caller on, let me see. Caller on WhatsApp. You are first there. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Please make it as brief as you can. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. So I just want to talk about, you've talked about so many things, and I want to just reinforce what you said about the Igbo division and the role played by the states. So people forget that states were created firstly with the aim of dividing Igbos. And when you look at it, we have fewer states than other regions in Nigeria, but we are more divided than any other region based on state creation, such that whenever you run into any Igbo person anywhere in the world, the first impulse is to ask you, what state are you from? And on that basis, he begins to see you as a brother or as, just another fellow Nigerian. And it brings to mind what you talked about, those people accusing Ebonyi indigenous of committing murder in Imo or Anambra. So something we should be very careful, and our people should come together and look into this matter so that we don't do what Soludo did, blaming our youths for committing all the kidnapping in our land. Then secondly, the thing you talk about jealousy and the disparity between people.
Sorry, before you continue, when you talk about states also, but there are states other places, even in the north, even in the southwest. Why is it that we carry it in the head like, that's why I say, we are just like, our people are behaving like perfect slaves. Anything you call them, it enters their head. When you call a dog a bingo, is what is answering. You call it, you change the name, call it another person, take it and call it another name, he start answering that. Just give it a few days. States are everywhere also. Why is it that it enters our head more than,
Well, I don't have all the explanation, but I know a great part of it is because of our position of being defeated after the Civil War. The powers that be know how to manipulate this state creation, so that when they dangle some positions among these, they know we have divisions amongst us. So they've magnified it by drawing this borderline, so that this person will say Ibonye Nugo, Ibonye Anambra, and all that. So when they want to give some positions, it's nothing compared to what they enjoy at the federal level. When they dangle it at Igbos, they use this state, and then we want to compete on state level. I know that's one of it. But another of it is just based on the fact that there have always been existing lines of divide and conflict. And if we are in charge of our destiny, part of our responsibility will be how to heal those lines of divide and, if possible, eradicate them. And they're not difficult, because once you give everybody a sense of belonging, once you give people access to opportunities and access to resources, then those things become very minimal. But because we've been starved and they don't give us those things, then we become a crab in a bucket, and we further just go at each other's throats rather than looking at the bigger picture. Then the thing you said about jealousy, I want to say that Igbo people, there's something we need to understand. Something the war did to us is that it made us more resilient. Maybe so. Most anywhere we go, the other Nigerians, they view us through a lens of admiration, envy, jealousy, hate. They can't manage the emotions around us, because we will shine. We will just shine, and they can't. So you made a very, very great analogy when you are trying to explain how you cannot live next to people who are poor or not, who are just condemned to living a life of low class, low progress, when you're at the other end of the spectrum trying to excel in everything in life. You just cannot be together, except you have a very powerful boundary, and you have, like as Israel has a boundary between itself and its neighbors. So if we Igbos, we can't be among other people who don't want to pursue greatness and science and technological advancement and be in their midst, because we will always be an object of envy and jealousy, and will always be a victim of their violence whenever that is stoked within them, which has repeatedly occurred over and over again. And many of us Igbos don't understand that. So when we go around and bandy this one Nigerian mantra that we can all love each other, so what we are presupposing is that we can all love each other, being low-class, non-progressive people, low IQ people. But it's not possible. It's not possible. Whenever you try to think above that and rise above that, then you become a type targets by the other people. And you rightly said it. I love that analogy you get. Very, very great point you made there. And I like to keep saying that in Mazi Jonathan, so that our people will understand. That is one thing for you to love them, but how they love you back, because you have to stay at their level. Are you ready? You're not ready to stay at that level. So, Mazi Jonathan, I want you to just say something about this before I leave. So, what do you think about this dual role played by the West during the Biafran Civil War, where Britain was giving weapons to our adversaries, but at the same time, the missionary were in our presence, giving us aid and giving us food and all that? What I know, because I know for me, I'm like, what kind of hypocrisy is that? Give us weapons. Why are you giving us food? Give us weapons so that we can defeat our enemies. But they did not give us those. They were giving us food, Red Cross, all those things. What do you have to say about that? And thank you.
Okay, let me just, that is the way they behave. Stick and carrot. When they come, they pretend that they love you. That is why when you talk about the missionaries or religion, some of our people say no, they brought development, they brought civilization, but they don't look at the bigger picture, that they destroyed our lives. But Mazi, let me just listen from the background, please, because of noise. Now, when they will come, conquering us, colonizing us mentally and physically, but after they will be the same set of, it's a war group. American war group, like aircraft carrier, it doesn't go alone. You have Apache helicopters, you have fighter jets, you have radar jammers, you have U-boats that all are doing different works, but for the same purpose. So they don't want us to rise up. They are arming our adversaries, our enemies, to kill us, but they now send their missionaries one to come, allow them to come and be giving us crops as Gary Gabon, so that tomorrow you say, if not them, how would I have survived? It is them. I was a child like that at that time. I survived because of the Mother Teresa mission. They were white people, they were giving us food. So, as a child, you were seeing them as your savior. Whereas it is above your capacity to understand that they are the people that are inflicting this suffering to us. But individually, now they will allow some of their people individually, under individual purpose or non-governmental organization, they come, they give you, so that also to make us see them as our savior, without us understanding that they are our real killers. That is how they give us a savior. They colonize us, they sold us as farm animals for hundreds of years, plundered our lands, took our best and sold them as into slavery. Now they come and give us a savior, so that now you start taking them as we are old, but they saved us. So they are, that is image laundering. That is politics. They did it in every way, but religion is image laundering. They launder, after as they are committing atrocities, they allow a trickle of their individuals in order to come as missionaries, as giving us cups of rice and cups of glucose, and they will be organized and putting us more into their religion, because they are organizing all these things under religious umbrella. So you'll be doing catechism. If you do before they give you ration, you will go catechism, pray, and now you see them as savior. These are politics. These are the political settings they use to conquer the world. Caller on signal, please. You are the last caller. Mazi Madabuchi, can you hear me, please?
And farmers, and then they're imposing GMO.
Mazi Madabuchi, please. It is now that you are. I'm bringing you up. Please start afresh. Go on, please. It is now. Go on. Sorry for the. I don't know. You have been speaking. I don't know, but your voice. I lowered your voice. Go on now, please.
Thank you for picking my call. Don't worry. It's the buying has no rack and mad, so it's no problem, no. So what I'm saying, my name is Ifan Chukwumadabuchi, and I'm reaching you from the Netherlands. So I'm saying that the you preach this evening are massive, but I want to start from the point of discipline, consistency, command and control. Because these are the core principles of IPOB. And I said that mistakes were made during the war of 1770 because of that inconsistency. And a lot of indiscipline was at play, and therefore a lot of people didn't follow the command. And because what I'm saying is that it is on good record for the tape played with the Maz, from Maz below, and one of our veterans he interviewed. He was saying that some countries, he named some African countries that had already put there to recognize Biafra. Same thing, there are some international, big, strong, powerful countries that say Biafra have suffered enough and Biafra are strong enough and big enough to have their own state. Therefore, they have, selected a timeline for recognizing Biafra. But because of the inconsistency at some quarters and indiscipline that got into our people, the project was caught, and here we are now. So what I'm saying is that we must not fail again by being stubborn or being obstinate. When the director of says stop, you stop. Whatever you are doing, you stop it, because they have some information they have that make them say to you, hold on. Whatever line of action you are doing, or brokers, or whatever point you are treating, they say, stop that a bit, stop it, let's stop it a bit. You follow, because again, something our leader said, and that is it's a fact in life, any soldier that is not following command is useless. Because we are in a fight. We are not fighting with guns, we are not fighting with weapons, but we are fighting with truth and our inalienable right to self-determination as indigenous people. That's what we are fighting for. And we want a referendum. If they want it democratic, if they want it peacefully, we want referendum. Let the chiefs fall where it may. And another thing I want to say is about connecting to this discipline and consistency and command and control. What is it? Propaganda. Propaganda is not only when Nigerian government lie against us and then it is propaganda. Propaganda can come in a way of what you call psychological operation. How is it? To sow discord amongst the agitators. They give somebody money or entice somebody and push them to go and start fight among us. That is propaganda, but that is psychological operation. So when these kind of things break out, you will be a good agitator, a good fighter for freedom when you listen to the leadership of the struggle. When they say, hey, my brother, turn that down. You don't know where this information is coming from, so turn it down. You have to turn it down because they have, again, some information you don't have. We ordinary family members don't have. So, and I come again to what I said, that Nigerian government since 2015, even before 2015, even in Jonathan's government, President Goodluck Jonathan, during his government, he was saying that there are Boko Haram. in his government. so if he said that, you know that these people have been infiltrated the Nigerian government even before 2015. But for the purpose of this presentation, since 2015, we have it from good source and from good authority that these people imported up to or more than 2 million Fulanis to come and help them win the election or fight if the election become disputed. So, and the point I'm trying to make here is that these people who were trooping in Nigeria since then, because they don't stop coming, they are coming in with sophisticated weapons. If the central government of Nigeria is not in cahoots or colluding with them or allowing them, how can somebody who is coming to into a country come in with weapons? How is it possible? So, what are we saying? And then you think that so what are we saying? People who are taking in are coming with weapons, and they are being.
Mas, your voice is no more coming out as supposed, please.
Before I talk L5, the Nigerian government.
Mas, your voice is no more coming out as supposed, Mazi.
Is it better now?
Yes. It's okay. It's better.
Sorry about that. I don't know. I think I pressed something. Okay. So what I'm saying, again, Nigerian government gave these people, gave Fulani 100 billion naira when naira was still very strong. What did they use it to do? Oh, they used it to buy arms, to continue to suppress and persecute the indigenous people. And El-Rufai told the world and Nigerians that he traveled to some countries to pay them so that they stop killing Nigerians. But they did. They continued to buy arms. And the Sheikh Gumi will be the is the minister of terrorists. He will make any campaign for them, go to them, negotiate with them, bring stores and things to them. And every Nigerian know that there was a helicopter, an issue of helicopter bringing stores to these people in the bush. Who else can fly a helicopter in Nigeria if it's not connected to the armed forces? So these are things that will tell you that these people are connected with the government. The government is complicit in what's going on. And again, they are destroying farms and farmers, killing farmers, and the government is not doing anything. And General Musa is telling you that if you want peace, you have to establish Fulani Ruga. Really? Who else is getting such a preferential treatment from the Nigerian government? This will show you that they want to nationalize, not even give them citizenship, nationalize them, give them a foothold in every local government, in every state in Nigeria. For what purpose? That's what will tell you that they know what they are doing. But the point is that Biafrans will not allow it in our own space, because we live in a dot land, like that madman said. They are dot in a circle. Even if they get it, they will be have access to nowhere. So why are they hell bent to come into our place? Now it is time for our governors from the east, the governors in Biafra land. It's time for them to speak against this so-called GMO, because the GMO, it is forbidden in Europe, in European countries. In Russia, it's so much a crime that it's tantamount to terrorism. You don't bring GMO in India, but they are not starving. Russia is one of the biggest, if not the biggest grain exporter, and they are not using GMO. So why should Nigeria, of all people, with all the fertile land in Nigeria, why do you need GMO? Have you studied this thing is causing cancer? It's not me saying it's causing tumor and cancer. So why are you not making an inquiry and health effect of these things before you allow it in your country? Anyway, what I want to say is to our people, to Biafrans, to people from the East, he who kills his own is neither a plant nor a hero. Let this slaughter of our people by whomsoever stop. Let us be sick from the rampage and amok of the Fulani. But what makes sleepless is that when we hear that some of our people are participating in that lawlessness and bloodletting, that is not us. That's not what we are. Who we are. And what I'm promising and I'm telling Nigerians is to stop the false flag operation, stop the covert operations, and then Rizmas and can give us referendum so that we will know who are doing what. Because now they carry out a false flag operation. Oh, IPOB did it in Zamfara. 5 people were killed. By whom? In Adamawa, in Nasarawa, in Plateau, in Benue. In which other country will come back before you come down to Biafra land? In which other country is such incessant killing going on? And the government is not doing anything. The government is not saying anything. So you want us to believe that this is how a country is run? And that's one of the reasons we want to restore the independent and sovereign Republic of Biafra. Support Eastern Security Network. Join IPOB. Let's join hands and restore Biafra. God bless Biafra.
Thank you very much. We must continue. And this is where I'm going to switch off the phones. And before I go, there is this headline, which I think one of our brothers talked about it. Ohaneze Ndibo rejects Senate bill naming Oni Sultan as permanent co-chairs of traditional rulers. Ask yourself, why are they skipping Igbo? I think they say it's on July 28, yesterday's news headline. Why are they skipping Igbo? This is how Nigeria is structured, right from beginning. I played the clip, and there must be a eternal problem. They want to pass official bill, although which has been the Sultan of Sokoto has been there as the chairman of traditional ruler, but under Tinubu now they want to add the Oni of Ife. Oni. What about Biafran? What about Igbo? Igbo people, you know that in Nigeria you are nothing. You are nothing. What are you Igbo? Forget about the individual mouth making. Make will come and say I'm a Fulani made. The Fulani made man. So he owe all his allegiance to Fulani. I don't know. Mazi Gochiko say oh China sinna ondi bawota hakaide. That is it. That is it. The only people without agenda. The only people without agenda. The agenda is Nigeria. Being in a they were duped and they continue deceiving themselves, whereas other people are fighting for their own region. You know, they are still going on Nigeria. Others will use Nigeria in order to protect and get what they want for their people. Our own people are using our people as sacrificial lambs for Nigeria. That is the irony. It's very bad. Ohaneze Ndibo rejects the Senate bill naming Oni Sultan as permanent co-chairs of traditional rulers. Apart from this press release, tell me, what has Ohaneze Ndibo got again? Is it not Toothless Bulldog? What has they got again? Apart from press release, are they supporting directly IPOB? When you bring out your people to sacrifice, bring out your own and kill them for the public, you become zero. Is it not Soludo went to America and condemn his own people, whereas others are going to world stages protecting their people? The Fulani that is on the rampage, that are killing everybody, their political elites, the Buhari and all the Fulani political elites will go to the international stage and continue, defending them, because they know that their backbone is their people. Our own, they go outside, they sell they talk rubbish, thinking that people will respect them, just to get political favor. Sometimes, now saying they are on their brown, honestly speaking. We must change our character. We must. Because there is need for coordinated resistance. This thing we call, we are Republicans, we are Republicans by nature, yes, but we need to modify it without upgrading. Softwares, you need to upgrade them. Even your phone, sometimes it tells you upgrade. There is upgrade, so you need to. Without upgrading it, it becomes obsolete. Like the software we use in broadcasting, for example. From time to time, it will tell you automatically you need to upgrade. If it wants you for days and it gives you that time, you didn't need to that time, no more. Yes, you have the software, but you no longer, because that one is outdated. So that's the type of republicanism in our head we thought it needs upgrading. Is outdated. It's no longer that written. Are you hearing me? Because we failed to upgrade. That's why we have autonomous communities. Before you know, one community will just rise up one morning and say, call meeting. They say, now, our kindred, we want to be a separate autonomous community. They start fighting, say, we want to separate our own. It's in our land. So that character continues sticking. Right from our family. Our family. We hardly live together. We hardly live together. The first son takes will be now, others will go and build. Or if there is no chance there in the main compound, they can go and build other places. These are things that are causing all this, but it is outdated. We need to learn how to live together, how to have a coordinated resistance, owing to the type of situation, the type of dispensation, the type of world we are living today. We see that system is outdated. We need to upgrade. That is what we preach. Honest indeed, but they have said, what action do they have to do? What lobby? What type of are they? What? Tell me. People that look at Soludo, he crucified ESN, saying that these are Igbo youths that are doing the whole kidnapping, which is causing problems many places, including Ghana. Because they translated that in, it's in Igbo. He thought that, people don't. That's why when somebody will come here and say, come soya in Igbo, so that people don't know. Soya in Igbo, international, any person that wants to hear, now you have programs, you have softwares that can automatically interpret any language. So, what are we not talking? We need to upgrade in our character, in our way of living. This is something that Nigeria failed to do, because they want us to be a spoiled flower, destroyed. It is left for us because we are orphans. No person speaks for us, only IPOB. I say, how can an Igbo person that calls himself Nwafo Igbo will carry gun? He will be going on the street shooting people that come out that day that have appointments. that are looking forward to night, day, or afternoon, they eat with their children, with their siblings, and they go and kill women, children, father, mother. They shoot. After they go another place, they shoot. Just what? Why? What? If these people can even do something against our enemies outside our land, you can applaud them. You can at least okay now they try. Man, can they wanna you that is why they give them say now what is happening. We people buy your turn go robots that money can turn. Oh, they can use at will. Politicians will tell them now, let us see action. Leave Biafra, Biafra. I got what we should mother. Or not, or not. I don't know. I don't really understand. But we must stop this. And there is need for coordinated resistance, which I have been crying and shouting here. When some bad thing is happening in another state that is not your state, stop being proud by blaming those who say no, they happen in Imo. It's very common. If it is us, hey, no, we will not allow it now. This is you without our collectivity, you are nothing. We're on here, remember as a state, you cannot resist the Nigerian government or the Nigerian central state or the caliphate. Stop making this nonsense statements. The only thing that can solve our problem is collectivity. If things are happening bad in Anambra, it doesn't matter the imposition of others will rise up. Or every other state in Biafra land or southeast, rise up. People rise up. Now, people, the powers that be, they will understand that, look, these people have risen from sleep. State boundaries do not separate them any longer. So we better change our attitude. That is the message you are sending. But when you look and say, no, don't worry, let it happen, you allow it, you don't do anything. No, you know, Richard, this thing can never happen in my place. You are just yapping. You're in your place, it will happen. Nothing. You are small collective collectivity. You are small distant village collective can't do nothing. You nothing. The only solution is coordinated resistance. This is where I'm going to stop. Biafra remains our ideology. Biafra remains our religion. We must continue and remember Biafra remains indestructible because we are here to restore Biafra. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
Biafra, Ebeka Monosi, Biafra Gaimara, Biafra Ganebozo Gamiri, Agaimara, Biafra Ganebozo Gamiri.